do. Cause sometimes,
Ralph, is 11 o'clock gonna be the typical time for you?
if it's good for everybody, so, I just got back from York about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah.
Does that work for
And
you?
now it's green
I
and
mean,
red.
I'm okay with it. I mean, in good weather, you know, it's like if I get out, start doing yard work or something, then I gotta break for 11 and then go back and, you
Pairing,
know.
okay.
But,
That was,
I
it's
mean,
pairing.
What
Try
about,
it.
but I mean,
afternoon, early evening? Is that, so,
Shall we convene the meeting and then we can discuss the times?
yeah.
okay. So we are convened at 11:03.
3.
Yep. Rosemary had texted, asked me to act as chair. And I don't have an agenda in front of me.
I got an extra for you.
You do, thank you very much.
You have one today, Don?
I don't have, no, lying on you, kid.
I know the drill.
Okay, so typically, the first meeting after elections, thank you, is a reorganization thing. But I think by consensus, we can put that off until the next meeting. We've already discussed meeting times, and I think that the next meeting would be the appropriate time to also have Rosemary's input on what's
the
best
time,
for the board.
yeah.
We have no appointments that are
Nope.
on the agenda.
No.
There's no old business to conduct that I'm aware of.
No.
We have some new business, and that would be abatement discussions for.
Yep, got it. 3 abatements.
Okay. Do tax map 80, lot 6 first, maybe?
Okay, so our assessor, Rod, recommends this one be granted. The taxpayer seeks an abatement due to topography of the lot and an encroachment of the neighbor's driveway easement. So their driveway goes over their road, over their lot. After a review of the property, I recommend that the abatement be granted. The land assessment had been adjusted for the topography and the neighbor's driveway. And this one was interesting, actually. Rod had actually already updated this one to reduce the value.
Okay.
So we were basically just confirming what the owner wanted, because we had already made the change.
So the applicant sought relief, Rod concurred.
And I believe that the change happened in assessment after the tax bills went out, which is why they still filed for an abatement, so they can get that refund for their last year's.
Okay. So I'll make a motion seeking a second to follow the advice of our assessor.
And I will second that motion.
Discussion? Allison, any more input?
No, if you want to know, the previous assessed value was $345,400. Revised assessment is $270,400. So $75,000 reduction. It's not a big lot.
Okay.
So
Anything else? All in favor of the motion? Aye. All right. Unanimous. Thank you.
Good thing, if we have a problem, it was.
I'm gonna ask Allison to hit me with that pen.
good thing I brought 2.
Didn't quite hit me. Thank you. Next on the agenda would be tax, for an abatement would be tax map 217, lot 7.
All right, this taxpayer seeks an abatement based on the condition of their home, and they apparently had tried to refinance in the past and were not able to due to the bank claiming they did not appraise high enough. That was in 2014 though, so not as relevant. After a review of the property, I recommend that the abatement be granted. The structure is a 1956 converted camp on a pier foundation. The doors and windows no longer close properly due to shifting of the piers. The ends of some of the board and batten siding are rotten. Due to these conditions, the condition has been adjusted to fair. Pier foundation was added to the sketch. The heat type was corrected to forced air, no ducts. So previous assessment was $209,500. Revised is $170,200.
All right.
Yeah, not much of a difference there, that's,
Yeah, seems valid to me.
I'll make a motion
Hey,
to
Corinne.
accept Rod's recommendation.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Any other input, Allison?
Nope.
Any more discussion?
I didn't
All
throw
in
that one very
favor?
well.
Aye. Perfect, thank you.
So that wasn't even a waterfront, that was just.
Nope, that was just a standalone
Okay.
house.
Wow.
Okay, moving right along, we got an abatement application for tax map 143, lot 28.
All right, this taxpayer seeks an abatement based on the property being located on the Cops Brook Cove section of Great East Lake, and also referencing Zillow estimates of $820,000. After a review of the property, I recommend that the abatement be granted. Although the primary water frontage has been adjusted for the cove, the excess 36 feet has not been. So he gave a partial waterfront reduction, not for all of it, because it's still on the lake. I mean, coves
It's good
and
fishing
brook,
around Cop Brook.
yeah.
Good fishing.
So he also corrected some of the building information, changed the year built to 1975, removed basement garage, added central air conditioning, added prefab wood panel to the siding, deleted a deck, added docks, adjusted deck measurements. So combination of land value reduction and also house data correction. So previous assessment was $1,032,500. Revised is $981,600. And I happen to know this property has a building permit out, so its assessed value is likely going to go back up.
Okay. So, Morrison Road?
Yep. It is, what number are you? 194 Doc Morrison.
You hesitated.
Only because, so can I just see the name to make
Yeah.
sure it's not a,
It's owned by a trust, but I believe I know their first name, or their last name. I think it's Frederickson.
oh, okay, all right, I'm good. I just didn't wanna, cause I've got customers out there, I didn't want it to be.
Oh, you didn't want to have a.
Yeah, Ralph does retaining walls, stone walls, waterfront stuff, so
Silly stuff like
he often knows waterfront information.
Would you like me to make a motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion to accept the Rod's recommendation.
I'll second that motion without a conflict. Any more input? All in favor? Aye. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he enclosed his deed because his deed does say Cop Brook, not Great East, which
Oh, yes,
which was what
yes.
was one of his main points, which
Yeah, right beside old Quonset hut. Yeah, no conflict. All right,
Perfect.
so, thank you very much. And then there's another section of correspondence, I don't believe we have any there.
Nope.
Do I believe correctly?
you believe correct.
Veterans credit applications, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them for veterans. Oh, you got, okay. Let's look at map 215 lot.
In the past, Ralph, when we get a list like this, what we do is we just go one at a time and then we.
Like a mass motion at the end, so
Okay.
make it easier.
That is good with me, so long as it's not a mixed bag of recommendations.
Different types, yeah.
Yeses and nos.
Well, I recommend they all be approved.
Hi, Dino.
Hey, gang.
Come on, Joe.
How are you? I have overbooked myself by 2 different appointments.
No
So I
problem.
got somebody in my office, but the reason why I wanted to come in is Rosemary coming in?
She ended up not being able to make it, but she did drop off an evaluation for me this
That's what
morning.
I was looking for. Okay, it's done?
Yeah, she did it
Okay,
as
I
the
just
chair.
wanted to give a reminder that she's up for evaluation, so we'll do that at the
Yeah.
next meeting.
Give me all five.
Thank you, Dino.
Thank
Give
you.
me
Yeah.
fives across the board.
You knew this year you're talking about?
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
5s, I thought they were 10s.
5 out of 5s. Yeah, they do it on a 5 scale.
Ah, okay.
So, all right, back to our veterans credits. These are, with the exception of one, are all new veterans credits. The one that's the exception is somebody who was previously receiving it, put their property in a trust, had to fill out the form. So, pretty straightforward, and they should all be accepted. They all provided the documentation required.
DDAs
DD 214, and then proof of residency, which is usually just a license or something like that.
So I'll move to grant the credit applications for tax map and lots 215-15, map 80 lot 57, map 56, lot 39, map 72, lot 27, map 143, lot 22, and map 62, lot 25. My dyslexia almost kicked in.
All right, get signing. Yeah, it's hard to read them when they're in a row. Maybe next time I should put extra
Especially when
spaces.
one has the numbers going one direction and the other one has, like 7227. I almost stumbled on that one. All in favor of the motion? Aye? Perfect, that's 2 to, so, I'm trying to remember. We sign on
Sign at the bottom.
the very bottom.
Yeah, choose a line. And I can always handwrite your names in if you want to just sign, make it faster. Next time I'm going to remember to type your names in, so I don't have to. Have you
Today's
write
the 26th?
26, yep.
I'm going to the bottom line so that I can't get any lower. People ask me how low I could go, and this is it. All
26th.
right, that's dyslexia all over it, right? And did the warrant article pass?
It did,
Perfect.
which is good.
It is, for a lot of folks.
Well,
And-
it really, mostly the effect was that we wouldn't be taking money away from people. For the most, I think it's only going to benefit like 5 people. Because most of them were already having both credits together. So now it just makes things simpler on my part. I don't have to worry about 2 different credits. I can just say it's 1.
I know that, I don't think we can do enough for the veterans myself, but.
Yeah.
Thank you for making these most organized.
Oh, I try. That's what I do the day before meetings. I get it all in a pile, make sure it's in order, flip the right direction.
Next on the agenda is our elderly exemption and their renewals.
Yep, so there are 7, and these are all elderly app recipients who've been receiving it in past years. So they just had to supply their their credit and asset information, which they all 7 did. Showed all their banks. It is, yeah. They have to bring in their bank statements, social security statements, things of that sort, and prove that they're still not making any more money.
Right.
And all of them did.
And there's an assets as well, right?
Yeah, assets, though, most people have no problem with the asset part of it, because it doesn't include your house.
Right. 65 is the age for that?
Yep.
Oh, boy. they get
I
passed.
recommend they all do.
I will make a motion to accept and approve these elderly exemptions for tax maps and lots 78-15, map 244, lot 20, map 121, lot 1, map 56, lot 50, map 47, lot 23, map 53, lot 17, and map 180, lot 47.
Yeah, I will second that motion.
Perfect.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Up in this area this time, right?
Yep. I think we've got about 2/3 of our elderly renewals in so far. So they've got until April 15th to bring in their information.
Thank you. Forget how to spell my own name. Hazel McBrien would be proud of me. She used to send me home with a tag. Teach this kid how to spell his name. My mom was like, he knows. Hazel was wonderful. Especially when she had that bat in her hand. She was the best teacher ever.
Did you ever have Mrs. Chad go in his
I
position?
sure did. First grade, and boy, I tell you, I think I was one of the kids that was under the desk more times than anybody else in the class. Out of sight, out of mind. I remember, she's like, Mr. Fogg, get up here right now. I didn't think I was a problem child. But,
Depends who you ask.
yeah, I wasn't the disciplinarian either. We always had kindergarten right where Tony's office is now.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a big old room. I remember getting, they got a new refrigerator in that cardboard box, and we all played in that for a while. I also had Hazel as a newspaper and a TV guide customer. I think she gave me some slack because she liked having her newspaper in between the screen door and the main door, not out on the step. Old Ralph Hansen was on the next street over. Just a couple days ago.
Just a few.
55 years ago.
How old are you, Ralph?
I am 65. I'm all ready for my elderly exemptions. I guess we gotta get back to business here.
Yep, timber
We have
tax.
a billing for operation number 25, I guess that was the year 2025-459-5.
If you're ever wondering, 459 is our town code, which is why they're always the year, then 459, and then the number. That's your
So-
fun fact of the day.
So
Down.
the five stands for,
The fifth operation
okay.
for timber tax.
And 459 is the
It's-
code for the
yeah,
state.
it's our town code. So every town has its own number.
Yeah.
So that way the state can just quickly say, oh, it's Wakefield.
Or they could say, oh, it's Wakefield.
So this document is saying what?
So with the timber, first you have the intent to cut, you guys sign off on that, then they go do their cut, and then at the end of it, they have to fill out a report of cut sheet, which looks like this dirty crumpled one. They send it in to me, and then we have to build them. So it's 10% of the value of the lumber cut, and the state comes up, has a spreadsheet, and the state they come up with the values every 6 months. They update what
So-
wood's cut it selling for, things like that.
That amount of wood that's been cut, is that somehow
They get,
verified, somebody, you know?
The mill slips.
Yeah.
Usually are what, so the logger would provide the town, or sometimes, I think we have to request them.
yeah, for the most part, they just do the report of cut, and if it doesn't match up with what their intent to cut said, then we can request things like the mill slips. Or we also have Noah Hoffman. He works for DRA Timber, and if I email him or call him, he'll come out and go out to a cut and keep an eye on it.
Yeah. They'll actually look at the stumpage.
But for the most part, I think it's more of a honesty system, which we don't run into issues for generally.
Not
Because most reputable loggers know what they're doing. So this was a cut on Pine River Pond Road. It's pretty good one. So one of the other things that comes into effect, we have a matrix with a rating system, so we can rate how good of a cut it was, and they get a percent rating based on like things like, well, what kind of wood did they cut? Was it all good pine, or was it all like wood chips at the end? You know, to kind of come into play of how much it was valued at. So this one I gave it a 100% rating because it was a good one.
Now, I've seen instances where we've used historical canopies at different times of the year. You can tell what type of trees are in what stands, you know, just from the color of the leaves and stuff like that, or pines or hemlock and stuff from an aerial shot. And then usually updated pictures of something like 12 or 16 months later, you know, after a cut. So that's one of the tools they've used with aerial photography is what it was and what it is.
I mean, I don't know enough about trees to tell from a picture. I mean, I might be able to tell a pine tree from a maple tree, but
So oaks stay green longer. Maples, very colorful and stuff.
it's good to know.
Beech trees, they
Yeah.
stay yellow all year long until the next buds come out. You know, I mean, they're still carrying their orange leaves right now, yellow leaves right now.
Yeah.
Pines and hemlocks have particular crowns. It's kind of cool.
All right, shall we motion to approve this? And so there's two papers. You've got the certification, which is showing how we got the timber tax amount, and then you've got the warrant, which is the second page, which tells Corinne that she can collect the bill.
I'll second the motion. I'll make the motion.
And I will second it.
Okay. Thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, nice. And, okay, there's signatures there.
Yeah. And I put the dates on those ones, so sign on the lines where the dates are.
Okay. Thank you.
And then I just have one more thing. I've got minutes from last meeting, which Rosemary took a look at when she stopped by earlier, so she's fine with them if Don wants to sign off on them. Since Ken's no longer here, he can't sign.
We could send it to him
We could.
or ask him to stop in. But he might not
could.
approve them.
For the most part, I don't think anyone's ever disproved my minutes.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good standing
So I'm
record.
gonna throw this down to Dawn to sign the backup.
Don? I didn't ask to have that on the next agenda.
No, she was okay with it.
Consensus.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it was a pretty boring meeting.
So do you think 11 would be okay for the next meeting, and then we can have a discussion on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I I
In
could,
summer months, you won't be driving, or will you?
no, not unless it's charters, so,
Right.
and I was told today by one of the students that we have 51 days left of school. And I'm like, wow, that's 70 because you got, you know,
I mean, we only meet once a month, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
I mean, if it was every Thursday, you know, it'd have more impact in personal life, but,
right.
so, you know, so 11 the next time is fine, we'll just go from there.
And I can only go 60 miles an hour with that, but I'm standing on the pedal. Pegs at 60, and that's it.
All right, so,
And, all right,
so
anything else?
that's all I've got.
Anything we should request to be on the agenda besides reorganization for the next meeting?
No,
Okay.
next meeting we'll have a few more abatements. I think we had like 10 or somewhere around 10 this year, so we've just been doing a couple each time.
So that meeting date will be.
The last Thursday of the month, let me find my, get a calendar. Beep. Got one?
Mine says the 30th.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be the 30th, so April 30th at 11 a.m.
Gives us 5 weeks to think about it.
Yep, that's good with me, I'm fine.
All right, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
Perfect, I'll second it. All in favor, say bye.
Bye-bye.
And it
No, we,
is
thank you very much.
11:28.
Do we shut these off now, or?
Yep. Press the button.